Hi, my name is Dan. I finished last in my fantasy football league. This week, I'm sharing my top 10 wide receivers. We arrive at the guys receiving the ball as I work through my top 10 players at the skill positions. Similar to the running backs, I don't expect there will be a lot of disagreement on most of the guys on the list, but maybe differing opinions on who belongs in which spot. Most leagues you play multiple wide receivers, so if you can get a couple guys from the list, you'll be in very good shape for your fantasy season. From the top 10 on, you get a drop off of about a point per game every 10 position ranks. Number 10, CeeDee Lamb. Lamb had a down year last year simply because he missed games due to injury. Outside of the missed time, he was easily a top 10 receiver, and with the Cowboys returning their starting offense, Lamb and the Cowboys should be at the top again this year. He is 5th in average draft position and per ESPN and Sleeper. I won't be surprised if he outplays my ranking. The two risks are regression from the Cowboys offense, it can happen, and George Pickens taking his targets. Number 9, Nico Collins. Nico Collins finished in the top 10 wide receivers last year for the second time in his career, and the next closest Texans receiver had half as many yards. With no changes at receiver for Houston, Collins will again be the main target. He is 9th in average draft position and ranked 10th and 11th by ESPN and Sleeper, respectively. Unfortunately, Nico hasn't played a full season yet in his career, which makes the two top 10 finishes a little more impressive, but could hurt you in fantasy if he misses games. Number 8, Chris Olave. Olave finally had a breakout season last year, finishing 6th in fantasy points for wide receivers, and the Saints are looking to improve their offense with the addition of Travis Etienne, giving Olave another shot at a top 10 finish. He is 13th in average draft position and ranked 12th by ESPN and Sleeper. The Saints were good offensively last year under Kellen Moore and Tyler Shough, and finished strong after a very slow start. Those late season wins weren't against high quality opponents though, so the risk is that the late flash was a flash in the pan. Number 7, Rashee Rice. I'll give you a second to stop making that face. Yes, this one could look bad, and Rice hasn't played well the last 2 seasons, mostly because he hasn't played many games. When he is healthy enough to find the field, though, he scores points, as they finished 4th amongst wide receiver and points per game last year, including 5 touchdowns in only 8 games. He's 11th in average draft position and ranked 8th and 9th by ESPN and Sleeper. The obvious risk is that he only played 12 games total the last 2 seasons, so he needs to be on the field to finish top 10. Number 6, Drake London. Drake was only 17th in fantasy points last year, but that was due to missed games as he was 8th in points per game. The Falcons added Zaccheaus and Dotson as wide receivers, but neither is really going to threaten Drake's targets. He is 7th in average draft position and per ESPN as Sleeper. The risk for London, and the Falcons in general, is the quarterback. Pinnock needs to be healthy for them to have success. Number 5, George Pickens. Give Pickens a good quarterback and he finally looks like the receiver many expected. His numbers were helped last year by CeeDee Lamb missing games, but I think he'll still perform well in a pass-happy attack while defenses prioritize Lamb. He is 10th in average draft position and ranked 11th and 10th by ESPN and Sleeper. The risks are the same as before. Regression from the Cowboys offense and losing targets to Lamb. Number 4, Ja'Marr Chase. The name Chase clearly exudes greatness, so do I need to say more? Okay. While this Chase finished last, cousin Ja'Marr finished top 5 in receivers with a mixture of Joe Burrow, Jake Browning, and Joe Flacco at quarterback. Even with T. Higgins lined up opposite him, Jamar is the main target in Cincinnati. He is first in average draft position and ranked second and first by ESPN and Sleeper. Did I knock him down because he cost me a championship a couple years back? No. These top 4 receivers are just very good. The real risk is what hurt him some last year. Can Joe Burrow stay on the field? Number 3, Amon-Ra St. Brown. St. Brown has been a top 3 receiver the last 3 years and was top 10 the year before that. He's the clear number 1 receiver in Detroit and should remain so this year in a pass-happy Lions offense. He is 4th in average draft position and per ESPN and Sleeper. The risk is other receivers stepping up and getting more targets, but the Lions pass the ball enough I wouldn't expect that to be a big issue. Number 2, Jackson Smith-Njigba. JSN blew up last year with Sam Darnold at quarterback, doubling his career touchdown total and career receiving yards. The only change for the Seahawks was at running back, so we should expect another big year from him, though maybe a step down from such big numbers. He is 3rd in average draft position and per ESPN and Sleeper. The risk for JSN and the Seahawks as a whole is regression after a great season that ended with a Super Bowl win. Number 1, Puka Nacua. How good is Puka? He finished first among wide receivers, surpassing JSN's big year, despite missing a game. He had a full point more per game than JSN and 5 points more per game than the 10th ranked receiver. He scored twice as many points per game as every receiver ranked 30 or below, which includes names like Devontae Smith and Ladd McConkey. He's a beast and should remain at the top. He is 2nd in average draft position and ranked 1st and 2nd by ESPN and Sleeper. Similar to JSN, the risk is regression. The Rams were a top-ranked offense, so some fall-off can happen, but I'd guess it'd affect other players on the team more than Puka. What about? I can hear the clamoring now. How can you leave off Justin Jefferson? I get it. JJ has been great since coming into the league, and I think he's still a very good receiver. But I think he was held back last year by quarterback play, and I don't think Kyler Murray is going to solve that. Arizona had one top 10 season from a receiver while Kyler's with the team, and that was DeAndre Hopkins in 2020, Kyler's 2nd year in the league. JJ is 6th in average draft position and per ESPN and Sleeper. If Kyler plays well, this call on Jefferson will look bad, but history isn't really on his side, and those who don't know their history are destined to finish last.